Hey guys, it's Mike Monte, one half of Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. And we want to reach out to all the fans out there who have supported our show to say thank you. Thank you for making 2021 one of our best years. And one of our best years was because of Anchor. Anchor, the way that you can have your voice heard. You can be just like us. Record your own podcast. Use the Anchor tools to edit your podcast. Use it on a phone. Use it on your computer. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all with Anchor, they're totally free. So be just like Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh. We're looking together for a great 2022. We've got huge guests coming on board. Oh, yeah. You probably wonder why Jimmy's not here right now. Well, he's prepping for one of the best interviews we're about to have, and we're going to surprise someone with. So hang aboard with us, and don't forget, be like us and use Anchor.
Method of business would persist until the formation of the National Wrestling Alliance in 1948. The NWA as a central governing body, with its singular, undisputed world champion, would be absolute and undeniable. This control, combined with the expansion of the interstate highway system, and the inevitable popularity and availability of regional television, would usher in an era of wrestling that was defined by what would come to be known as the territory system. The territory system would dominate wrestling for nearly 4 decades. While the borders, authority, popularity, and obedience of individual NWA territories was in a near constant state of flux, to this day the impact and influence of these territories is still felt. Each territory had its own signature promoter and star. While it is impossible to cram these characteristics into a static, concrete map, we are damn sure going to try anyway.
So open up your eyes way before it gets too late. Now one man, there's no way you can hit the streetlights running, don't give a damn. A simple explanation that you'll never find. Sinners never sacrifice. We never leave love alone. Is hate really worth the price? Look at what we've done. Never care for compromise. Always threatening someone's life, and it feels like the end of the world.
All right, it is Friday, and this is your favorite second show.
Second show?
Yeah.
All right, fine.
This week in pro wrestling.
Be that way.
You don't want it to beat the other show.
No.
That's like Rampage beating Dynamite.
But wouldn't it be
That's
wonderful
like
if they just both slugged it
SmackDown
out?
beating Raw,
Is that
which
what
it does all the time. But
Nice analogy.
that's a bad analogy, but I thought I'd say it anyway. But you're welcome to This Week in Wrestling with your host, Mike Monte, along with his friend and partner, Mr. Jimmy Farrow. Jimmy, how are you?
I'm lovely. I am lovely.
So did you watch AEW Dynamite?
I saw some of
Wednesday
it.
night?
Aren't you proud of me? I saw some
Tell
of
me
it.
what you saw.
I saw Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho's awesome.
Did you like that match?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
I did.
What did you like about it?
I liked that I
Farrow?
kept laughing every time I saw Eddie Kingston because I thought about you. Who's the fat guy in the ring?
It's not even that.
No?
So
You sure it's not that?
actually, so 2 weeks in a row now, I've actually tuned into AEW
Okay.
because one,
Yeah.
Wardlow, Orange Cassidy
Right.
last Wednesday,
Right.
and this Wednesday,
Yeah.
100%. We had the barbed wire match.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta watch this.
Kind of liked it.
So please tell me what you liked about it. Seriously.
I'm actually amazed at Eddie. I got to give it a little bit to Eddie Kingston. The fans, he's got his fans, man. They really like him. I guess we should just adjust finally to the fact that some fans nowadays, just don't mind a regular looking dude being their hero.
Well, Let me ask you.
I know we weren't conditioned that way back in the day because everybody was,
he
larger
comes
than
up
life.
all taped up,
Yeah.
right, ready to go to war.
I wouldn't mess with him.
Really good,
personally.
But then he takes his shirt off.
Yeah, that might have been a bad move. Only baked.
No, I'm talking on
What, like
when you're
baked
looking
potato?
at legitimate. Forget about what he looks like.
Right.
Legitimate sport.
Yeah.
You're taped up. You're ready because it's a barbed wire match.
Right.
And
Why
then
would you want
expose your skin?
Yeah, I don't know. That is a little masochistic. Is that what you're getting at?
Well, I don't even know if it's masochistic. I thought it was stupid.
Yeah, it would be kind of dumb. Sure. Sure.
Let me ask you this.
Like if you're getting burned with the sun,
yeah.
like you might want to throw a shirt on.
There's
Is that what you're getting at?
But there's a difference.
Is there? The
There's a
pain
difference.
level is pretty
You had
bad.
you had your shirt off the whole time.
Yeah, it's just
Did
dumb.
you come to the beach wrapped in a sweater
No.
and then took it off?
A sweater vest. No, not a sweater.
No, you didn't.
No, of course
So,
not.
as you gave me that great analogy, it just did not fall into what we're discussing right now.
Well, I
It was a good try.
I tried.
Let me ask you this.
What do you think of Eddie Kingston's physical specimen level there?
I think,
Come on.
for what he is,
Help me
is
out.
what it is.
What he is what he is.
I'm
You
not
used
a-
to kill Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is Hercules compared to Eddie
I'm
Kingston.
not an Eddie
Right?
Kingston, yes, but I'm not
Okay.
an Eddie Kingston guy.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he puts himself over as much as
Boy,
possible,
could
which
he-
I get it.
he could talk.
Because he's probably
That's it.
angry that he's been a lifetime jobber or an indie guy his whole entire life.
I guess
This is
indie
his
guy would be
opportunity,
fair.
right?
Yeah, I don't look at it as a jobber, but I agree. I know what you're saying. Go
So,
ahead.
okay, tell me what else you liked about that barbed wire match. And this isn't me trying to...
Actually, there was one thing that I didn't like about it when I saw them. I saw him completely miss. With Eddie Kingston was supposed to do a reverse Judas effect.
Yeah.
He completely whiffed, and they still went through with it all. I mean,
Or how about
that
Eddie
point-
Kingston kicking out? Like, I'm watching the time,
Yeah.
and it's like, could you not script this match towards the clock?
Right.
It's like, it's like,
Right.
all right, I'm going to tell you.
But isn't that always been a problem, though,
No.
over the years?
No.
A lot of the times
It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
As long as you're acknowledging
Yes.
it used to happen.
It happened, yes.
I remember looking at the clock plenty of times going, well, it's 10:58.
How many times
you
were
better
you
wrap
excited
this
when
up.
it went to 11:10 and you're like, whoa?
Those were the good old days.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes it would end even later.
Yeah.
It depended.
How'd you like this? Talk about ill prepared.
Yeah.
They're up in that shark cage. And they come down. They beat up. What's
They
her name?
couldn't open
And
it,
they could.
though.
So let me ask you.
They went
do you-
through it.
Why do you?
Two of them.
Look,
Hagar, Swagger, whatever.
You're
What's his name?
setting it up.
He
You're
couldn't
set-
squirm through
You're
anything.
setting this up.
Yeah.
Why do you feel it necessary to use a real lock?
I
Just use a gimmick lock.
That's just hilarious
It's
to me.
bad.
It's funny. Of course it's bad.
It was
It's a bad...
so-
Dude, it's a horrible look. That's what made me laugh at it. I'm like, you idiots. Not in a good way. I'm with you. I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, let me ask you this.
Let
Let me ask you this. Luchasaurus, he's with Christian.
Yeah, what
Jungle
happened?
Boy finally
What
comes
was
out.
that?
And Luchasaurus turns into a good guy again.
What the
I don't know.
What the? Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you're pointing all of and I did see all of this. I did. I was just like, what was the point of turning? I just told you last week I'm finally into Luchasaurus.
There you go.
Well, nice knowing you, Lucha. I liked you for a week.
I don't even
What the
understand. This is some of the
Yeah,
worst
I don't get it.
writing.
Who's writing this, by the way? Do we know?
I think it's Tony Khan.
Is it Tony Khan himself? Because I think we should try to get down to the... Who's writing this over there? All you ever hear is our company getting murdered about the writing. Who's writing that?
I'm trying.
That's crap.
Listen, I'm saying I'm watching AEW
Yeah.
with expectations.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
excitement almost. Like I want to
Sure.
see this. And 2 weeks in a row, they have failed me.
Yeah.
Miserable. And I got to tell you, last night's show, I was listening to LaGreca a little bit today at work.
Okay.
But they continually keep putting over AEW. And the fans out there, the ones that are the minority, keep trying to put them over too.
Well, of course
this
they
was
will.
I posted on
No surprise.
You know what I posted on Twitter?
What?
Thank
What'd you
God for
do?
the young Shelton.
Thank God for the what?
Young Sheldon?
Young Sheldon.
You ever see that show?
No, like you know me with shows.
Jared, what's that show with Sheldon and the nerds?
The Nerds?
I don't know what it's called.
Oh, great.
Jared doesn't
Well, there you
know
go.
either, bro.
Well, anyway, there's a show out there. But
So,
anyway,
okay.
young Sheldon comes after AEW.
All right.
I was like, thank God. They had a Star Trek episode.
Oh, did they?
And it actually was enjoyable.
Oh, okay. Okay. I could see Star
There
Trek
was not-
consistently blowing AEW
What'd you
out
think?
of the
What'd you
water.
think of FDR and what's his name, the bald guy, talking about his daughter who recovered from a hole in her heart? Was that a gripping, moving interview as they're ready to fight with the Briscoes?
If I say no, does that mean I have no heart?
I would say you're right because it didn't move me at all either.
No, it didn't.
I saw it coming a mile away.
Yeah, yeah.
So again,
yeah.
that show was an F all the way
Interesting.
through.
I'll give it a D+. I don't think either one of us are too thrilled.
First of all, I love
Whatever.
Jericho.
I do,
But
though.
stop putting
I
yourself
do.
in these situations, guy. You can't wrestle anymore. You can't wrestle anymore. Put yourselves in scenarios where you look good. Don't put yourself in these risk-taking matches because you just look bad. You even said it. How many punches and kicks are you missing now?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it would hurt me to just fully agree with you on that. Can I be reluctant with that
Sure,
one for a little
absolutely.
while? Just out of love for Jericho, because I did enjoy the shit out of that match, even despite it all.
What? So tell me, despite it all,
Okay,
why?
why?
Explain.
Because here's the unexplainable part that I will attempt to explain as to what works for me.
Okay.
What works for me is this it factor thing. Jericho still has it. Yes, I agree. Jericho is not, but neither is Goldberg, to be fair. And I feel Goldberg still has it when I see the it quality. Jericho still has it. Yes, he's older. Same thing with Goldberg. Eddie Kingston, I can't stand, but I got to admit, he churns energy at least. It's not like we're watching, I don't know, name someone who we've seen presented 1,000 times who's on his level on the card that's boring. I can't say Eddie's boring.
Does Kingston lose something as he keeps losing matches?
Not to Chris Jericho. How could he? Right?
At what point
That's
does the
Jericho.
younger guy... Well, he's not even younger.
He's
but
not. Eddie
probably the
Kingston
wrong
actually
example.
has like another 5 years to go with the way he's killing himself. Okay? Isn't he almost 40, Eddie? I'm
Listen,
not sure.
I'm glad.
But I think Eddie's getting older.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I was
For Jericho.
I was very disappointed.
As a whole on the show, when you give it a D+, bro, I'm right there with you. I didn't enjoy it
But
either.
even that match, I'm glad you enjoyed
I
it.
did.
But I was disappointed. I expected much more.
What would have made it better for you? A little more fluidity? Because they certainly
Give him more
were.
time.
More time. How long was that match?
Stop pretty short, man. I think it started
Less
pretty,
than 15?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. Or around... Okay.
I also think that stop with these false finishers.
Oh,
Enough
there's a
already.
million of
Enough
them. Yeah, I want
already.
an ending to be an ending.
And
Can
look,
we have that again?
I'm a big believer of.
They should do that.
I always
more
tell a story.
often.
I didn't like Mick Foley. Never
Okay.
liked him as a wrestler.
I did.
Okay,
I did.
That's fair.
I'm not thrilled with him
When
today.
when Taker, that's true.
But I did like him very
When
much
Taker
back in the
threw
day.
him off the cage,
Yeah.
changed my whole.
Oh my
right?
God!
One thing.
How could it not?
So my point is,
Yeah.
if you end the show strongly
Yeah.
and everything else is kind of forgotten, you're like, whoa.
Yeah. No, you can't say that they
But
ended
they
that strongly.
don't end
No.
any of these shows strongly.
Right, not lately for sure. Not especially in like the last couple of weeks. And with you paying more attention, aren't you the guy they want to get watching? So they've blown it.
I got to tell you, I was shaking my head the whole time, like saying,
Interesting.
and this is not an anti-AEW thing. It's just bad.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
like bad independent wrestling.
And there, again, not to be a broken record, but it is 10 pounds of shit in a 2-pound bag. You can never latch onto anything because it doesn't even sustain itself.
Dude, Wheeler Yuta
Yeah.
kicked out of some of the biggest finishers
That
last
Moxley
night.
could ever throw someone.
Well, it
or-
wasn't Moxley was on his team. Yuta was wrestling.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
But
fine.
I forget who was wrestling. See, this is the thing. I can't even remember who these guys. This is
That's
how forgetful
true.
this stuff is.
I thought Moxley. No, I'm so
No, it
confused
was
at this.
Moxley
Oh,
and
Moxley
Yuta.
was fighting last week against someone else from
in
Japan.
fact, instead of me guessing, I think I have it sitting right here.
Can I have Okada, please?
Best
It's so
friends.
much
They
clearer.
wrestled our
Little
boy-
Tanahashi, please.
It was against our best friend, the best friends.
Yeah.
and-
Okay.
And Trent.
Okay, I got you.
Trent,
Our
who's-
buddy Trent.
Trent, who was on the show,
Yeah.
who's
okay.
turned out to be. Most people that come on the show go to very high heights.
Trent is
Trent
like
is bad.
Zack Ryder.
He's worse.
Did I say Zack Ryder?
Worse.
Is he really?
Here's something I was
Wow,
excited for, though.
that's rough.
Ricky Starks had won his match against Cole Carter,
Okay.
and then said, "I'll take on someone else." And who comes out? Your potato chip man came out to challenge him. Danhausen
Danhausen came out
and
what,
challenged
what
him.
brand did he have?
He didn't have
He
potato
didn't
chips.
come out with potato. He lost.
But I will. But I
He
will
lost,
tell you,
right?
No. Ricky Starks says we'll wrestle next week, and I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tune in.
Danhausen's going to get that belt and eat potato chips.
You think Danhausen's going to get it?
I would. Do you think they'd ever give it to Dan? Ricky Starks is not going to lose to Danhausen, is he?
All right.
That
So a
would be
little bit
terrible.
something different. Alex Hammerstone of MJF on MJF and AEW tension. If it's work or has it become
Hey, you see
a
this
real
stud?
work?
By the way, I talk to you about this guy all the time. Look at this stud, Mike.
It's a beast.
This is the MLW World Heavyweight Champion, Hammerstone. I love this guy.
MLW World Heavyweight Champion Alex Hammerstone has mixed feelings about the perceived conflict between MJF and AEW. MJF and Hammerstone have known each other for several years before MJF signed with AEW. He feels that it was a work that has now become a real
So at what
fight.
point? So at what point did it become a real fight? After he blew up live on the air and like improv'd on Tony Khan? What is Alex Hammerstone getting at? What does he mean by that?
Well, let me ask you this.
That to me is
if
like,
it is
what do you
a
mean?
work, I think I asked you this earlier on our private
Yeah.
conversations off
Yeah,
the
if
show.
it's a work, they've blown it.
Explain.
They've blown it because you don't let it go away like this. It's like red hot. It's like, look, we just bought an awesome bottle of, I don't know, let's just like name like Booker's, which is 125 proof and it costs like $85. Yeah, it's great whiskey. Let's go. Yeah, we'll leave it over here for a little while. Maybe we'll get back to it in, I don't know, a couple of months. What was the point of hyping it and buying it? What the F are you doing? And I told you, it reminds me exactly of another time when there was a certain screw job in Montreal and the company got Bret Hart. Where'd he go? What happened? Where is he? You killed it. You killed it. You killed it. You killed it.
Now, Bischoff claims that he was trying to get Thunder going, and that's why he was delaying that. It was a mistake. Clearly, you're right. It was a mistake.
Yeah, you don't do this. They should have already been jumping all over that.
Here's something really interesting. We're seeing this a lot, and we had Gina Marie Zimmerman in studio. She made similar claims, and it was another claim. But now, most recently, NWA star Natalia Markova has accused Carmella of taking her catchphrase, badass with a great ass.
Okay, Natalia Markova, NWA star. Why would Carmella take anything? Why would
Gina Marie Zimmerman claimed that Carmella took the information.
Gina wasn't too thrilled with that. I do remember that. But why the hell wouldn't badass with a great ass be something that she would be told she'd be saying?
So I'm going to hit you with something. I want you to see if you kind of agree with this. I
Like
thought
by
to myself
creative?
like this.
I don't know.
Here's Carmella.
Yeah.
Very high profile.
Very hot. I'm sorry.
Very hot, very high profile.
Yeah.
Do you think if you were high profile like that, you're like, you know what? No one's really watching Gina Marie Zimmerman. No one's really watching NWA. Fuck it. I'm taking their lines and I'm going with it because they will become my line.
You know how I function, right? You know how I look at a lot of shit, especially art, which I consider this to be.
Sure.
Okay. I ain't taking shit from nobody. I wouldn't take shit from my peers. I wouldn't take shit from people.
But that's you.
Me. I take my own shit. I'm influenced by others, but I will never take somebody else.
But is there a possibility Carmella's like, no one even knows this girl? So
Of
I'm going to take
course
this stuff and they're going to say it's mine.
Of course
because I'm
that's
Carmella.
Of course
and you
that's
know the fans out there,
possibility.
even if they had proof that this girl said it first, they would still say Carmella said it
I'm
first.
just glad that more people don't function that way. If that's the way she went, because wouldn't it have been awful if somebody stole "She Loves You" from John and Paul before they were famous? That would have been awful.
How many times do you see that?
Nobody would have been able to do it
Michael
as well
Jackson's
as them.
been sued numerous times for stealing music. Right?
Interesting. Really? I did not realize that.
Absolutely.
What did he steal?
I don't, dude, I can't remember. But
Cars for Kids?
That's a great song.
Boom, boom.
Think how much money you get for that.
1877. Are you serious? That song is torture.
Yeah.
But
guess what? Do you remember it?
Okay, of course I do.
There you go.
I also remember hemorrhoids.
But
what are you talking about?
Hey, and both
that gas from White Castle back in '87. I remember that too.
Both you spend money on.
Boy, oh boy, a lot of money too. Hey, we should write a jingle.
All right, so
Why don't we write a jingle?
I'm going to go through this with you.
Write a jingle?
Eddie Kingston, Jericho, we talked about.
Yes.
Brody King demolishing Darby Allin.
Well, that's good. Isn't that good? Shouldn't it be smash, bam,
thoughts on
crackle,
Brody
boom,
King?
Snap? Don't have too many. He's just a big brute.
He doesn't look good.
Yeah,
I don't get that either.
Yeah, I don't
Tattooed, big guy.
No, it doesn't do anything for me.
Nothing for me either.
Nothing. No. Not crazy about him.
We talked about Moxley and Yuta beating the best friends.
With the best friends, right? Gotcha.
We talked about Christian Cage,
yes,
Luchasaurus,
and Ricky. We talked
Dude,
about Ricky.
I got to go back to the Luchasaurus thing.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I
don't even get it.
You had me liking him. They've ruined it. I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
None whatsoever. I can't. I don't know. I'd love to know who wrote that. That's
all right, Jade Cargill.
Man.
Still undefeated.
You know what's weird? She seems like she's so happy, but I'm sure that Vince, even with her lack of, we've gone over what she lacks. I think Vince would fucking love to have her.
Dude, she has no mic skills.
Neither does Bianca Belair.
Really?
I don't think she does. I'm sorry, and we've talked about this before.
Hard to disagree with you.
I am not thrilled with her mic skills.
Here's something funny.
I think they suck.
I disagree with you, but I agree with you.
I think they suck.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
She's not great,
No.
But I like to listen to her talk. Does that make sense to you?
That would make sense to me if I like to listen to her talk. So I understand what you're getting
Right.
at. But as far as I go, you're halfway home. I am not even out of my car. I'm just sitting there waiting for it to start. I can't take the way she talks. When she cried that time, lost me permanently. I was just like, ugh, what are you doing? I can't stand when they cry.
Well, let me ask you this question.
They're tough, and yeah, it's fine to cry, but I don't tune in to watch my wrestlers cry, male or female.
Your champion needs to know how to talk.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So thoughts on Thunder Rosa? Maybe the worst interview
Another
ever.
one.
She is god-awful, dude.
Dude, bad. That's why every time you throw Naomi at me, I'm like, Naomi talking. Oh, my God.
Really?
Awful talker, dude. Awful. Sasha's great. Sasha can talk. Becky can talk. Charlotte can talk. Asuka
can talk.
Better than the ones who can.
I like Asuka.
Now you like a little dose of Shinsuke.
Carmella, can she talk?
Yeah, Carmella can talk. Yeah, bitch.
How about Natty?
Yeah. Natty never, ever gets me going.
But she can talk.
She's good when she gets angry. So, yeah, she can talk, but I don't...
Alexa Bliss.
Her talk level is nowhere near her wrestling ability level, Natalia.
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa's great at talking. She's a bitch. She's great at it. Don't you agree? Alexa can talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't you say so? Yeah. All right. So there it is there with Carmella. That thief. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so I think that's about it for the show.
That was the whole shebang. The Fighter Fest Part 2, was it, or something? Like that?
Real quick, I want to ask you one question before we go away.
One question before we
go. Hold on a second. Guys, hang in there. Keep talking there, Pharaoh. I got to find something for you.
Is it about man, myth, or nature? Is it about eggs, bacon, or
it's about. I want to talk a little NXT real quick.
Oh, it's about NXT 2.0. Ugh. I don't like it anymore. I don't know. I used to love it, NXT. I don't know what happened.
What do you mean?
I used to love NXT. NXT is just not the same.
I'm going to disagree
I
with
like
you.
Braun Breaker. Mandy Rhodes must be getting tired of being down there. I'd be like, get me up here already. What happened?
Well, let me ask you, do you think
Holy
Mandy
demotion.
Rose is is drastically improved in your opinion?
I think Mandy Rose is, yeah, from what happened down in NXT, but isn't that the purpose of NXT? It's supposed to be, at this point, it's a training ground. It used to be where the indie stars would come to get ready to take the final step. Now it seems like it's more of a minor league, completely a minor league thing. I don't know what's going on with it. It's strange to me. Mandy Rose has been good down there, but I would, if I were her, I'd want to come back up already.
I don't know if you should.
To be down here? Well, you want to do like? Has it helped Ciampa to come up? He's probably better off in NXT.
You know what? I don't think Champ is in such bad shape.
Not
to be
yet.
honest with you,
I'm just waiting for the toilet flush from Vince. I'm just waiting for it with Ciampa. I feel like it's coming. You know, what are you researching when the Red Sea split?
No, this is what I wanted to cover with you.
Okay.
How do you like the God, I cannot find her name, and don't kill me on this, but
Dude.
What's her name? The tag team girl that turned on her partner, and now she threw the belt in the garbage.
Oh, that just happened this week, didn't it?
Yeah,
NXT
2.0. Again, I'm sorry.
I don't have a clue about the women's tag team division. Don't I look like a fucking expert? It's just the way it is for me. I don't even know. Why did she throw it in the garbage?
Because she turned on her partner.
This isn't a fresh idea anyway.
It is a fresh idea.
Throwing it in the garbage?
No, but let me ask you this.
Going on for
when
decades.
do you remember a tag team champion, while champions,
WWE?
turned on their partner and left
threw
and she threw the belt in the garbage?
Okay, that's interesting. I guess with 2.0 it's a home run. That's weird. So where are they going to go with this? They're going to have a tournament? I heard that they were going to get rid of the belts completely, and this is how they're going to do it.
You think so, huh?
That's very strange. I don't think so. It was something I had read. I don't know what to think about the whole thing. Because I don't give too much time. Begrudgingly I say.
Sorry, Cora Jade. Cora Jade is becoming one of my more favorite female
because she threw
wrestlers.
the belt in the garbage?
Yeah.
All right.
I like the angle.
All right.
And if
she comes out next week, beats someone down, eating a sandwich, you're going to go nuts.
Last week she hit she hit a partner Perez with her skateboard, but the skateboard broke before she hit her, so then she started hitting her with the
flimsy.
Exactly.
She was improv.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which looked really bad. It was almost as bad as the cage.
Now hold on. She comes down with a skateboard. What is this, Matt Riddle's sister?
I don't know. But anyway,
Bro.
go along. Enjoy Rampage, enjoy
Yeah.
SmackDown,
Enjoy those.
and
Yeah,
enjoy
those
your
things.
weekend. Farrell, send us out.
You've been watching This Week in Wrestling. And until next week in wrestling, later.